Welcome to our final edition of Trans Talk, coming to you from the 2017 Trans Baviaans. This is the finish at the Fountains Mall in Jeffreys Bay of the Trans Baviaans Repeat. The riders have been making their way across the finish line here since around about 7:30 last night. That's Saturday night. It's now the early hours of Sunday morning and they're still streaming over here to celebrate an incredible achievement, riding 230 kilometers from Willowmore to here in Jeffreys Bay. Well, our last edition, we left you at the top of Bergplaats, around 140 kilometers into the race. Let's go back there. Reaching Bergplaats is a major milestone for most riders. With 140 k's under the belt, they've broken the back of the race. The remaining 90 kilometers, though, will be a serious test for them. They can be forgiven for spending a little longer than normal at the checkpoint. The boxes, which were meticulously packed in at Willowmore, were loaded with extra clothes, food and, importantly, lights or batteries. They're now plundered and raided. Did I put that extra tube of bung cream in? Then, of course, there's the traditional vegetable soup, lovingly prepared and cheerfully served by the Jeffreys Bay Lions Club members. With the temperatures nudging 7 degrees, the soup was going down a treat with the riders. That and a roaring fire. What more could a man or woman want on a starlit night in the Baviaans Kloof?
You know, it's all about every man for himself, eh? From now on, if you drop off the back, you're gone. It's cold and we want to get to the finish line now, so yeah.
You better wait for me.
How are you going?
At the moment, it could be better.
Why?
Because it's cold and it's a long way to go still.
What else do you need out your boxer?
We're putting 2 team members back at the box, leaving them here, and then we're going to speed up now. So it's going to be fun.
Problems is most probably just people that have had new cables fitted and they haven't stretched properly. Now they've stretched, now they don't want to change gears, so it's a quickest adjustment and then they're back on the road.
Bergplaats is a bit like a secret military base when you go behind the scenes. No entry. We're going to go in. Shh, don't tell anyone. See what's inside here.
Oh no.
Look who's here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh well, thank you.
So
Worn out.
You're a bit worn out. What have you been doing here?
We've been mixing all the soup for the riders.
That's a bit of a secret recipe, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's vegetable soup. And we've only got about 19 left, if that. And we've done nearly 60 times 2, 120 litres, plus water with that, yeah.
The Big Dipper is a tricky descent in broad daylight, but under a moonless night sky it becomes a serious test of eyesight, awareness and instinct, not to mention light choice and nerves. The evolution and development of the modern bike light has been phenomenal and has made descents like the Big Dipper less treacherous than in the early days of the Trans Baviaans. And while a strong beam is essential, it would be useless without a sturdy mount that can withstand the high-speed jarring of the rough terrain. Another small landmark was ticked off as they left the Baviaans Kloof Reserve for the final time. These mid-pack teams were in a tough mental place. The worst of the climbing was behind them, but the legs were suffering as a result. They had less than 80 k's to ride, but pretty much all of that would be an inky black nighttime in single-digit temperatures. And of course, the fatigue factor was high. Mental and physical resolve would be put to the test. But there was a rainbow. Family and friends were waiting to greet them at Hadley Pakhuis. Suddenly, the sense of humour was back.
No, not that tough. I've got a good team supporting me. Look how they laugh at me now. Buggers.
Oh, it's amazing, yeah. Well, I've been in South Africa for 10 years and yeah, this is tough. It's a tough ride. Very tough. With a underlining like 5 times tough.
Have you an idea where you're going?
Feels like I'm going backwards. And Jeffreys has never been this far away. I want to go home.
Yeah, now it's coming. It's my 4th time now. So
I know it's coming, and I'm not excited to go through with it.
Is it better not to know that the cruel 25-kilometre long never-ender and the Little Mac was still to come, or to be forewarned by previous experiences in the race? As they say in mountain biking, it ain't over until the tandem fat bike swings through the finish. Although it's strictly a team race, when riders hit a dark patch, some tend to prefer a brief moment of isolation. And on the relentless slopes of the never-ender, it was dark in more ways than one. Just when they thought that it would never end, the teams reached the top of the climb, signalled by the 5th checkpoint, which is just a table with a strip of stickers.
You should speak to my father. Yeah, he broke his frame on 140 Ks, and he's borrowing a bike from another dude who couldn't finish. So good times, brother, good times.
No, it's been good. It's been a real adventure.
What's the most painful part of your body at the moment?
My butt.
The route meanders through the farmlands, a dark tunnel for the riders, illuminated only by their bike and headlights. The somewhat spooky ruins of an old farmhouse lend an air of desolation on an ice-cold night. "20 kilometres to the finish, and the road tilts uphill once more as they confront the Mini Mac, the final serious climb of the race. It's an obstacle often overlooked before the race, but after 210 kilometres, it's one the bone-cold riders will remember for a long time. Squadrons of teams march slowly upwards and onwards. Some loyal soldiers manage to keep the wheels rolling, weaving between their weary comrades. The battle is almost over. The finish is close. The war is won. Well, since the journey began at Willowmore 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, this has been the goal for all the riders at the Baviaans Repeat. And they've made it. They've come across the line to finish this incredible journey. The celebrations are richly deserved, and they certainly can enjoy reuniting themselves with their families. Well, scenes of great celebration here at the Fountains Mall as these riders come in and finish this great journey from Willowmore to Jeffreys Bay. 230 Ks, the Baviaans repeat is just about done and dusted, and it has been an incredible event. Congratulations to every single rider who finished both the race last week and the repeat this week. Now, if you're sitting at home and have watched this and thought, hang on, I would like to do that, well, you know where to go. Go to the website of the Baviaans and put your name down to enter for 2018. It is a journey I believe every mountain biker should undertake at some stage in their lives. It's a very, very special one indeed. Until next year, the 2018 and the 15th edition of the Baviaans, it's goodbye from Trans Talk.